Guys, summer's coming and honestly, it feels like it's here early. And that only means one thing, that UV levels are about to go through the roof. I've been using the Antipodes Supernatural SPF 50 Plus Ceramide Silk Facial Sunscreen, and it's a total game changer. It's made from 100% natural origin minerals, which gives proper broad spectrum protection. None of that moisturizer with SPF sprinkled in rubbish. Plus, it's packed with ceramides and plant oils to keep your skin barrier healthy and happy, and it's safe for the kids too. Protect yourself and your family this summer. Head to antipodesnature.com and use my code DANNYD20 for 20% off. Hello and welcome back to Life with Danni Duncan. I hope everyone is having the best day. We are really excited today because we are having one of my clients on, and I think it's really important to have my clients on the podcast every now and then because it's all well and good for me to sit there and tell you, I can help you do this and this is what my clients have achieved. And, you know, people sometimes look at me and go, yeah, but Danni, that's you. Like, I want to hear it from people that have actually been there, like what actually goes on, real stories, right? And I think it's really important to really hear what coaching is really like, because it's also really easy for me to be like, show you all the bells and whistles and the beautiful stuff and like, you know, all the nice things, and actually hearing from someone that's actually worked with me can actually help inspire you guys. So I hope this episode inspires you to not necessarily jump on board and do coaching, but inspires you to take action and make changes in your life for maybe something more than you actually thought. So we'll get stuck in. Anyway, I've got my beautiful client Jackie here today. So hi, Jack.
Hi. Thank you for having me. This is
You're welcome. Thanks for jumping on. I know it can be a bit daunting.
Yeah.
You've just finished 12 weeks of private coaching with me last week. And I always say like that last Zoom call with clients is like a breakup, right? I was like, you hang up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And yeah, and the week after it, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know where to go now.
I know.
I feel a bit lost.
I know. And I'm not going to lie, after people finish private coaching, I go to do my like check-ins with my clients on like, and I went to like voice drop you. And I was like, I'm not allowed to voice drop already.
Yeah. I was kind of waiting for it too. And I was like, maybe she just will. I don't know.
And you know what? Oh my God, because I'm that person, I totally would. But then I know Brooke, my like PA, would be like, you can't message every single client because you don't have time.
Yeah. Rein it in.
But totally. But my private clients do become like, you know, friends almost, you know, like we talk to you all the time. So tell me your story. Like what prompted you to finally go, no, you know what? I need to do coaching.
I'd seen a lot of your work and I'd been following you for a while because my sister Heidi had worked with you, and I think growing up with Heidi, her story is also really interesting, but her weight had fluctuated a lot and always yo-yoed, and I just thought, oh, something Heidi is doing, like there was a big change in her, and I was like, oh, this is really like, this is sticking. And she'd send me your page, and you know, she sent me the recipe for the protein balls. Like I've been hooked on them for ages.
Love it.
Yeah, and she was like, no, you should follow her and have a look, and I did, and your stories, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. They kept popping up, and every morning I'd be like, oh, go away, you're up at 5 a.m. Like I just kept seeing your story and seeing Heidi's results every time I went home. I was like, oh wow, she's killing it. So I think, and so obviously I had not obviously, I suppose to everyone, but I had a massive wake up call this year. This year has been like the worst year, the year from hell. But so I had a week of panic attacks, which I'd never had before, and just my mental health really sort of like pulled me up. Like it just really everything came to a grinding halt. And I thought, and that was due to our miscarriage in December. And it really took me by that surprise how badly I reacted to that when I thought, oh no, I can handle that. That's okay. But my mental health was like, no, you can't. And just really sort of pulled the rug out from under me. And I'd never experienced panic attacks, like, you know, debilitating sort of panic attacks like that. My older sister had to come up and pick me up. I had to go home, and just like, you know, my sister-in-law is a fantastic doctor and she's helped me through it. And I got through that week, but I just thought like the take home from it was like, there is nothing more important in the entire world than your health, like mental health, physical. I mean, they're all they're all related, but yeah, your well-being is just so incredibly important. And I thought it doesn't matter like any other goal that had probably seemed important before that, like buying a house, paying off that house, having so much money in savings, or I don't know, working harder, or your career title. Like I just thought, oh, it actually doesn't matter at all. Like I would sell my house tomorrow. I would like get rid of every single stress because none of it matters if your health's not 100%. So
Totally.
it was a couple months after that, and I was still like looking at stories, and you get trapped into thinking like, oh, I've recovered. You know, they give you some anxiety meds, and you know you're feeling better, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I can handle this. I don't know. I just sort of stuck with that. Like, I need to invest some time and effort and money into me. Then we got pregnant with our second baby, and I thought, oh no, I can't because I'm pregnant. No. But then we lost him as well at 21 weeks. So then I was like, this is going to come out like January was bad, and this is going to be bad again. So I was like, I felt like I was at a fork in the road where it's like I can keep going the same way I've going, which has obviously led me to nowhere fantastic, in particular mental health wise. And I was like, oh, I can message this lady on Instagram. And I did, and I was like, because I was like, I need someone to help me be better. Like I can't do it on my own, or I would have done it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's quite a common mentality of so many women, or so many people as well, right? Like if nothing's not significantly wrong 24/7. So, you know, like I do get a lot of clients that are quite obese, for example, and then that's weighing on them day in and day out. So there's a significant problem that's facing in the face every day. Whereas with you, it's not there every day. You know, you could do better, but it's not like every day is debilitating. But then you have these moments. It's very easy to be like, oh, I can do it on my own. It's it's not that big a deal. And also, I think people always think that a food goal is always attributed to a fat loss goal, right? People go, well, I'm not need to lose fat, so then why do I need a nutrition coach, right, or a fitness coach? I don't have a fat loss journey. And I think the difference with you is you were like, yeah, like my health, like you've literally summarized it so well there. And I say it all the time, without your health, no one gives a fuck what you look like. It's about being in that state of health mentally and physically. And it does a lot of the time come down to what you consume, right? Like food and movement and mindset, which is obviously my 3 pillars. So you've had a tough year.
yeah.
You've had a tough year. Prior to the first miscarriage and this year, can you just talk to me through what your relationship was like, say, with food and exercise and your body prior to that?
So I've been lucky, I suppose, because half of my family, like, you know, we've got skinny jeans and larger jeans, and I got these skinny jeans, and so I was always slim, and I could eat like a horse, and I wouldn't gain much weight. It wouldn't fluctuate much. So I was like, oh well, you know, like and everyone's like, oh, you know, you're fine because you're skinny. You're so lucky you're skinny, and well, yeah, but I didn't have a great relationship with food because I had this metabolism, and I suppose the genetics that I seemed to be able to eat and not put on a lot of weight. I was eating like lots of processed food, lots of sugar, like lived on, you know, like I loved dessert and sweets, and like soft spot for like sour worms and just like any sort of like super processed, super sugary food. I was all about it. So I kind of lived off that, I suppose. And I'd eat like I'd love, you know, meat and veggies too, but I always found them like a bit hard. If I was, you know, living on my own, I was like, it's a bit boring cooking for one. And so I wouldn't. I'd cheese and biscuits, and I just graze. So yeah, it wasn't the best. And then I figured that I was really active in my work. Well, I thought I was really active, but now that I've been wearing my garment, you don't actually do that many steps. Like people think, oh, farming's really hard work, and it is, but it's like there's moments of it. It's not every day, and some days it's hard work, but you might be in a vehicle that whole day, or you might really actually probably be on a motorbike or in a tractor, and it's like, you're not actually moving your body. So I just assumed that I would be right because I was I've been wearing the same size jeans forever, but
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like that's a big mentality of say the 90s. I know you're a bit younger than me, but like or even the early 2000s, like the mentality, oh, you'll burn it off, or you've just,
Yeah.
you're right. Like everyone just is like, if you're slim, then you're healthy, and the two do not equal each other. Slim does not equal healthy, and you're totally right. Like you're like, well, I don't put on weight anyway, so it doesn't matter, and that's what I think is very common as well. People going, well, I haven't got a massive weight problem, so I'm fine. It doesn't matter. And I think what people don't realize is how much what you eat and consume and move impacts everything. It impacts your
Yeah.
mental health, it impacts your longevity, your health, how you react to things, your anxiety. Our guts and brains are directly linked. And it is interesting because I do get a lot of clients like you that go, oh, I have an active job. And it's like, when you say that though, what are we talking?
Mm.
Because as women, we know as well, we have to strength train because we need strong bones and strong muscles. And also I think having a active job is different to actually looking after you and taking care of you in that active space as well.
Yeah.
Like that's not actually looking after you. That's just part of the job you do. I know whenever I get someone to sign up as well, I get them to talk about their goals, like what they want to achieve with me. And a lot of the time it is fat loss. And yeah, for those listening, Jackie's didn't have a fat loss goal. She came to me, she literally, I think I'm just going to read out a couple of your goals. And it was like, you can't seem to stick to any good habits and you're constantly falling off the bandwagon. What did you say? I don't like where I am and I'm not happy where I currently am. And then with your mental health, of course. So what you wanted to do, you wanted to feel stronger, you wanted to feel better, you wanted to have these goals in mind, you wanted to run, you wanted to not be exhausted, you wanted to have a better mindset. And I think we just get so caught up in fat loss and weight that we forget that actually those things are more important than that, right?
Mm.
So you started coaching a week after you lost your baby at 21 weeks. And I did reach out to you and was like, are you sure you want to start? Because I was like, that's fucking massive. I've had 4 miscarriages myself. I've not had a 21-week one, but I had a 13-week one, and that was hard enough. And I just want to make sure that people are in the right mindset. What helped you make the decision to just go? Because you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, I just thought, like, what's the difference going to be this week or next week? There's no time, but like now, it's not going to get easier.
Yeah.
That sort of loss, that's going to go on for forever. Like that's something that you think about all the time and it's always on your mind. I have to be able to handle when that all hits me. So I thought I need to be in a better space. I need to be doing everything I can physically and mentally. Like my whole life needs to be better to give myself a fighting chance when that all comes. And, when you just sit down and think, oh my God, that's all just happened.
Yeah.
And you feel horrendous, which happens a couple times, with issues like that.
Yeah.
That keeps coming back. So I felt like I needed to make that decision for me and need some help with that to be in that better space so that I could get out of it again. And like you say, life happens. So if it's not this, it's going to be something else. There's always something hard around the corner. Hopefully not that sort of stuff again, but you need to be able to handle it. So you need to give your mind and your body every chance it can have to
I love that because I think so often, and I hear so often, people don't commit. And, whether they're using that as an excuse or whether they genuinely think they couldn't do something. I mean, we tell ourselves what we want to believe, right? But you said something is always going to happen. There's never going to be, for example, my private coaching and my group coaching is both 12 weeks long. You're never going to have 12 weeks where life just is peachy cream the whole time. Something is going to happen. And if you have the tools and even the support of a coach during a tough time, like that's fucking epic, right? Like, come on, it's like the perfect scenario. And so many people would be like, in your scenario, especially people are like, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing coaching now. Like this bad things just happen. I can't do coaching now. Whereas you were like, I remember you being like, oh no, like we're doing this.
I was like, you have to yell at me to get out of bed or I'm like, I need help to just, it's those little things like get up and move because you need to. And I have never regretted it. I mean, some mornings I'm like, oh no. But yeah, it's just been the best investment. Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. You've probably seen all the news lately. Australia's been cracking down on sunscreen formulations, and honestly, it's about time. It made me start looking at what I was actually putting on my skin and my kids' skin. Enter Antipodes Supernatural SPF 50 Plus Ceramide Silk Facial Sunscreen, an SPF that has not been affected by the recent product recalls. It's made from 100% natural origin minerals, is and made with non-nano zinc oxide, so it tackles both UVA and UVB. With this one, you're not just slapping on a moisturiser with SPF, guys. It's real sunscreen that actually does the job. So make sure that you and your family are protected this summer. Head to antipodesnature.com, use my code DANNID20 for 20% off. When we started coaching, so I always do a questionnaire and you have to rate like your life on a scale of 1 to 10 and you're allowed to pick 7 because 7's a cop-out number. And your happiness was a 4 and your sex drive was a 1. Now, when we finished, that went from an 8, so happiness was 4 to an 8 and sex drive was 1 to a 5. Did you expect those things to increase doing coaching like this?
I was hopeful, but the degree, like just when you feel good, like you want to like a date night, or you want to, I don't know, just everything feels better. You have energy to do, like you win those like little mini goals throughout the day. And when you're a mum and feeling terrible, that goal might just be like clean your kitchen or like pack away those giant piles of washing. And I'm like, well, at 5:30 after I've done my workout, I'm like, well, the washing's done. It's like my house is clean. Like you feel like you're just really killing it. So I mean, and there's big everywhere else. So and then it's better for your relationship because you're not snappy. You have more patience. You can tolerate them. They're the grievances.
You can tolerate them.
Poor Al. I mean, tolerate things that annoy you better.
Yeah.
and also
totally.
Like, oh, maybe I've been pretty hard. Maybe I've been hard work too.
Yeah. So tell me, what are 5 things that you changed once you started coaching with me? Did you find it hard? Did you find it easy? What was challenging about it?
The hardest thing, I reckon, was getting up every morning at 5, and then I gave myself a little sleep in to 5:15 because I was like, I can get ready for a workout in 15 minutes.
The things you do, right? Like you're like, actually, I can get ready way quicker.
Yeah. Like that's been the biggest one, I think, to change. And now it's just, I was thinking about it this week. I've got up every single day, no worries. I can course I'm still tired, but you're awake. So it's like you said, you have that battle in your head. Like you wake up thinking, oh, I'm tired. It's nice and warm in here. But then you flip it around and it's like, I need to get up. I need to do this workout. You won't have time this afternoon. You don't like working out in the afternoons, and then you just do. That one, I have always hated tuna. I thought it was so gross. And I remember you just saying like, grow up. You need to have a go at that. And I was like, okay. And now I love it. Like I think I've eaten it nearly every single day. And it's so like it's easy, and you can eat really healthy lunches and dinners. And if you haven't taken meat out of the freezer or something, it's like, oh, it's okay. I've got tuna in the drawer. So
something like tuna is like something like people listening might be like, what the hell, I hate tuna too, or like it gets so many people because I am like harsh, and I am like, I don't know, I'm not going to sit here, you're not going to come and do coaching with me, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's okay, you don't have to do that. I'm like, you need to try it. Like, our taste buds are also like a habit, right? You've just told yourself that you don't like it, and now you've created a habit where you just don't eat it. But like sometimes it's like, try it like this, do it like this. And, sometimes it's about tricking our brain, like it's good for you, it's helping you, and then you go, okay, fine.
Yeah. And also like the recipes that it's a part of, they're so tasty anyway that you kind of like, it just adds a bit of like, protein obviously to it. So that the meal prep organization, I remember you saying like it might feel a bit clunky and like you just can't, only just getting through the first couple of weeks. And it did feel like that. It felt like constant stumbling blocks where you could just be like, oh, well, I haven't, I've already eaten this, so I may as well have dessert. Or, well, I haven't gone, I'm not going to have time to do that run, so I won't do anything. And it's like, no, go for a walk, go for a little 10-minute something. I don't know. Move. So that like organization, planning out the week and actually putting it in, like where you're going to, like when are you going to do it, is that like don't do it on that day. If you know that's jam-packed, like don't try to be like, oh, I'm going to run for an hour.
Yeah.
That's not like
Totally.
don't set yourself up to fail. So organizing and actually sticking to it, and if something bumps that, like it has to be a good reason, but it's like, okay, I'll do that job, but I need to leave early to do this now because
Totally.
I need to,
I can't. Yeah.
I have a call with Danni and she's going to be like, why?
You don't want to turn up to my calls with me and be like, I didn't do it.
Which happened the first couple of weeks. I was like, I didn't do that second run, and I was like, God.
And that's the thing, like if we don't schedule things in, like so often people go, especially when we start, and I did definitely do this to you, I'm like, cool, when are we going to work out when you're going to run? You're like, yeah, okay, cool, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe in the afternoon. I'm like, no, like when? Like, I mean, like you need to give me time, day, it has to be written down, because I can tell you right now, people that go, oh, I'm going to probably work, oh, I might work out this afternoon. That's fucking not happening, right? Like it's not happening. And not just that, you have it on your I don't know about you, but like even the thought of that makes me go, all day, all I'm thinking in the back of my head is, I need to still do that workout. I need to still do that workout,
That's how I felt uneasy by the end of it when I was like, oh, I don't have it scheduled, so I have to try to fit it in, and and then other things are building up at work, so you're like, oh, I'm not going to. So it just adds this stress, whereas it's like, I am going to do it on Monday at 9 a.m. That is when I do it. And when people say, hey, do you want to do this, or it's something at work, I'm like, oh, I can at 10 o'clock because I have this.
Totally.
I have an appointment with myself.
Yeah. And it's so funny, like I know a few times, and it only takes a couple of times, but when we started waking up early, like I was like, are you ready to wake up early? You're like, yes. And I'd go on my morning walk and be like, hey, Jackie, just checking you're awake, and just I think you said like knowing that someone's doing that is like powerful, right?
Yeah, it's really good to have that accountability. Otherwise, like you just give yourself so many excuses and reasons to not, to be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. It's cold, it's windy, it's like, I don't know, just any excuse. So to have someone that's like just there cheering you on, or just being like, have you done it? Why not? When can you reschedule? Like just kind of holding your hand through to make those better habits. I felt like I didn't want to disappoint you, and I'd also didn't want to let myself down. And also when you're paying for something as well, you're like, you like you said, because I said, what if I just make it up? Like, what if I don't want to disappoint you? So I'm like, yeah, I was up. And, well, you're just letting yourself down, and and I just can't lie anyway to save myself. So
I say it, and I say it to whoever I coach their first call. I'm not like a magician. I don't have a magic wand, and I actually don't give a fuck if you don't do the things. Like it doesn't change my life at all. The only person you let down is you. So it's funny because, so many people go, oh, I just don't want to let you down. I'm like, you can't let me down because it's not my life. But having that extrinsic motivator to know that you have to go, oh, damn, I didn't do it. That's a good thing until it can become intrinsic, right? Until you go, oh, actually, now I don't want to let myself down because that's the only person I'm letting down if I don't do it anyway. But also it's nice as well on the flip side when you do it, the dopamine and the serotonin hit because you go, yes, I did it. And then I go, fucking yes, like congratulations. Then you get like excited because we all need acknowledgement and recognition. We thrive on that as kids, as adults. And so, when you have done it and I go, amazing, you then get this little like spark of, oh, yay, like I'm so proud of myself. Yeah. And then that sparks you to do it again, right? And that's where the accountability comes in. So it might sound harsh that I don't actually care that you don't do it because it doesn't affect my life. You don't go for the walk. At the end of coaching, if you've invested the money and you haven't done the thing, that's on you. But the flip side is if you do actually use a coach properly, then it's the best accountability holder until such time as you go, yeah, I've got this now myself, And
I think with the investing, spending some money on you, like you have to spend it whether it's in a positive way like this. Otherwise you spend it by not being able to work properly or having time off work or needing to, like those constant aches and pains that you go see a physio because you're not fit enough to do your job and it hurts you, or you hurt your back, or you need to go see doctors because you get sick. Like, I just think the amount of downtime I could have had this year could have been huge, and that would have been a way bigger strain on my family, on our business, on his family, on my family, like on everyone else. And I would have
Yeah.
felt like a burden. And it's just
Yeah.
investing that bit of money into me, I think, has saved me so much money. Like, I just don't think you
Yeah.
can really put a value on it, because it,
No.
like at the start, I was going, there was this cold lingering that everyone else had had,
Yeah.
and daycare cold was coming for me, and like just kept drinking all my water and eating really well. And it was
Yeah.
just there, like wanting to kind of take me out for a day or two. And it never,
Yeah.
never got there. And
Yeah. I love it.
your podcast where you're like, you didn't get COVID. I was listening to understand like you didn't get gastro, and I was like, oh,
Yep.
I started to feel that cockiness, because I'm like, I think I'm gonna be the same. Like,
Getting there.
screw this.
Yeah.
You
And
get this, you
it's
know, keep it.
funny because I think what happens as well is like not just are you obviously your immune system's getting better, so you're not hopefully susceptible to those germs and stuff as well. Your body can fight it off better because you're stronger and you're feeding it nice better. And then not just that, the grit that you build up from doing hard things and putting yourself like getting up early and persisting with meal planning, because even though it's hard and doing those things, you build up a grit. And I really believe that we're as a society we're losing grit, like we're losing that. And there are so many, I see so many reels and social media posts out there. It's like, just take it easy. You're doing this. And like, even like a perfect example, like I love my dad dearly, but I said the other day, had my CT scan, right? And he goes, how was it? I was like, actually, it really hurt my arm because my veins are stuffed, right, from chemotherapy. He goes, oh, make sure you go home and rest. And I was like, what is this mentality that we have to rest, inverted commas? And I'm not taking away from the fact that we need to prioritize sleep, which you and me have talked about as well, like make sure we're getting enough sleep. But our bodies were actually made to move. And I think when we start to get sick, if we have that grit to go, okay, well, it's lingering, but what can I do to actually do, like make this better and go, nah, and have that mentality, you're not going to get me. Like, don't you
Yeah.
dare make me sick,
Yeah.
I think it's really powerful. And like you said, like you're getting a bit cocky now because you're like, yeah, I've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just the biggest thing, because it won't just be a daycare flu. It'll be something
Mm.
bigger. And then you don't, I'm 32, but I think everyone says it's like before you get to 40, like you really have to have, like you have to kind of be the
Yeah,
version of you, because then, I don't know, things start to
totally.
get harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like then it's bigger issues that are harder to fight on,
Yeah,
harder to recover from.
totally.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be there, because what I learned at the start of this year, that being sick is like so terrifying. It's
Yeah,
just the worst. So
absolutely. The earlier you can do things, I mean, if you're listening to this and you're in your 40s and 50s and 60s, it's never too late to start. But if you're listening to this and you're in your 30s or in your 20s, we know that if you strength train in your 20s, your bone density is double the amount of that of someone that doesn't strength train, right? When you turn 60. So just starting earlier and creating those habits from earlier means when you do get to 40 and above, you have more tools in your toolbox. Your body and your mind is set up to be more resilient, to handle that, to handle those hard things. And so then things like, like, I mean, I know I've gone through chemotherapy, so fuck, who knows what my body thinks is going on, because I've been plunged into menopause and now I'm apparently out of it. I've not experienced any perimenopause symptoms because I feel like, everybody is different, but I've set up my body and mind to be really resilient, and to not be like, oh, I've got, just like, nah, keep going, keep working out. That's what's going to make, like, spiraling myself up, what's going to make me feel better. And like you're like, I think you messaged me maybe a couple of weeks ago before we finished, and you were like, didn't want to work out. I think, I think your son was getting sick or something. And you're like, nah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to feel better. Like, I'm just going to do it, even though it would have been so easy for you to be like, no.
yeah. Yeah. Even like the energy creates energy. Yeah, it wasn't long ago, and I was so tired, and it was a hard one of, like, all your workouts are hard, but this one was harder. And I was just like, I just felt like I just didn't want to do it. And it took, after the first round, and I could just feel I was kind of fighting it, like, no, I just don't, I want to go back to bed. I'm mopey, I'm tired, all the things. And it just like
Yeah.
these good feels just kind of like they just won. Like
Yeah.
yeah. And that energy
Yeah.
just came to me, and then I just went and worked for the rest of the day, and I was totally fine. But you could have just let that feeling and start that tiredness win the day, I suppose. Like you could have been lethargic and
Totally.
had no patience, and I could have been snappy and,
For
done
sure.
an average job at work, but it really just
Yeah,
flipped it around. So
totally. Now, you haven't actually lost any kilos on the scale, as we discussed at the start. That wasn't your goal. And so many people would be like, well, then what's the point? Like that's, everyone has this massive focus. And if you have a fat loss goal, obviously I can help you achieve that as well. But we didn't. But talk to me about the non-scale victories. What are they? How have they impacted your overall mental health, confidence?
yeah, they're huge. Like the scales for me, I mean, I thought I would maybe lose a kilo or two at the start, and then I just thought, it doesn't matter because things were changing on my body anyway. Like for once I have a butt, which might sound weird. People might be like, no, we want to get rid of some of my butt. But I've been like, this flat butt. I'm like,
Pancake butt.
yeah. And yeah, and I was like, oh, I have a strong butt now. Like there is actually great. And my arms feel stronger and I can see some sort of like, muscle, some tone and some muscle definition. But so like that stuff is really exciting for me. Like my jean size hasn't changed, but my jeans are a lot more comfortable, and you don't have like, I don't have like my love handles poking over the edge. When you sit down and you just always kind of like grabbing at your shirt or something, feeling a bit like uncomfortable. That has gone, but the number has stayed the same. And I just like, I don't even weigh myself anymore. Really, it was just, I just was doing it at the start, but I just was like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. It's not about that. Like the strength that I have, just doing things, because I'm working in ag and there's lots of like some days you will randomly have to do like lift heavy things or things can be hard physically, and that recovery from that or just being able to do it, like you lift something up onto the back of the ute, and I was like, oh wow, I just really just did that. And I was with another lady and she was like, wow, did you just do that with one hand? And I was like, yeah. So like, and then you get those little wins all the time. Like, oh, that's because I do something about it every day. Yeah. So that like the strength is a massive thing for me, and the recovery for when things have been harder at work. Like I don't feel so exhausted. I don't think, God, I've got to go home and do. You have the energy to then create a nice meal and to still play with Patty and to be, not a snappy, exhausted mum. You're actually just like, oh, that was a big day, but I'm fine. I can feel it. So, and then when I did have my second panic attack, I didn't mention that one before, but well, I had one and it went for like it was that afternoon, and I could feel it coming on, and I just thought that's gone from what was 4 days, 4 to 5 days. It was just a week from hell that has now narrowed down to one afternoon. And working with you and other people, like that, doctor, my doctor and my sister-in-law, which is really, she has been fantastic. It's really handy having in the family. So handy. That recovery is just, it was really quick. And the next day I was back at it and be like, okay, that's what that was. Now let's just keep on going. We're still going to meal prep. We're still going to exercise. I'm reminded every day of the wins.
I mean, you're running now. You've got to 8Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're running.
Yeah. When you said go for a run for half an hour and see how long you can go, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And then I was like, wow, I really did battle with that. So it was like 11 minutes in or something, and I was just like, I need to walk. And but anyway, it has just got better and better. And the other day I hit 8Ks, and I was like, I would never never ever did I think I would run 8Ks or sign up for a 14-kilometer trail run around Mount Hotham.
I know.
All the places to
crazy. I mean, the running is amazing because it wasn't like, I remember you just being like, I think I want to run. And I was like, cool. Because I think when you start to do things that make yourself feel better, you then want to do other things. Like it just fuels it on. Like people go, oh, I don't like to go to the gym and I don't want to run. But like once you start feeling better, you start to realize you are capable of so much more. And you go, actually, maybe I could run or maybe I could do this. I know you also have had loads of wins with Paddy as well and his food as
Yeah.
well, which is
Yeah.
awesome. And same with like, I know there's so many, like you said, but like the sugar thing. Talk to me about the sugar thing.
Yeah, I was so addicted to sugar. Man, I love sugar. And I tried to kick it before and did like a specialized quit sugar diet for 6 weeks. And and then like 3 weeks into that, I think it was Easter, and those little Cadbury eggs got me. Um,
Damn
so,
it.
yeah, I know. Like, that was tough. And I just went back to eating heaps of sugar because I wasn't replacing it with enough. Like I
Mm,
just haven't even thought about it. I thought, oh, it'd be good,
yeah.
but I'll probably still sneak in a few chocolates. And then I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
not actually about sneaking in chocolate. Like you're allowed to have
Mm,
one. You just don't have a diet
yeah.
of chocolate only.
Totally. And that's the whole thing I think when you work with me is like when you tell your brain you can't have something, it gives it like an endpoint and it almost it's like don't press the red button. We all know this, right? Like there's no sugar diets for 6 or 8 weeks. You literally it's like if someone told me I couldn't do something for a period of time like that, that's all I'd fucking think about.
Yeah.
Like if someone said you can't have chocolate for 8 weeks, I'd be like, all I want is chocolate. Whereas when I say to you guys at the start, you can actually eat whatever you want. Like if you want to have a burger or you want to have a pizza, and then most of the time, like you go, oh, well, yeah, okay, I don't really now want it, you know? And
Yeah.
then sometimes you might have it, and then you do have it, and then you go, oh, now I remember why I don't want to have it because it's
Yeah.
not made me feel good, or maybe you've overeaten or whatever. But yeah, it's so good. I love, and I think you said you didn't even realize like it just kind of one day you were like, I don't even want that.
Yeah, I just haven't eaten it. And I was like, wow, it's been
Yeah.
a really long time. And then my mum brought me out some like little chocolates for my birthday. And yeah, and I had one with a cup of tea that night and it was really nice. And it was like, cool. I'm still going to do my workout tomorrow. And the majority of my days are really healthy eating. So it didn't
Yeah.
bother me. It wasn't binge eating a block of chocolate. It was just an enjoyable
Yeah.
amount. And you do
Yeah.
enjoy those sweet treats more because you're like, oh, they're just
Totally.
a sweet treat, but you don't have it all the
Yeah.
time, and I don't want it. So I do.
Yeah.
That sort of still baffles me that it just is gone.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, this is the thing I suppose my question to you then is, so usually people do like an 8-week challenge or whatever, like a summer shred, they're everywhere at the moment,
Yeah,
and people get to the end of the 8 weeks, whatever it is, and they go, "Oh, yes, now I can have a burger or now I can do this," and most people jump on inverted commas bandwagons of fad diets, right? Like I get so many clients that go, "I've done this and I've done that and I've done this." Now you finish coaching with me that's 12 weeks long and you don't have to go and have a burger because you were absolutely allowed to have a burger during coaching. Do you feel like you've created habits now that you can just keep going with, like that are for life?
yeah, yeah. I just like I wouldn't change anything. Like I'm just
Mm.
on this path now, and it's just how we eat. And not everyone in our family. I haven't convinced everyone working on that, but
Baby steps.
yeah, baby steps. But it's just what I do now. Like I just started your recipe like the 12 weeks again because I'm like, oh, I just really put these recipes in my mind, or I'll go to your app and I'm just like, well, what haven't I tried in here? And I might sub one out for that one, or yeah. So the recipes are like they're easy, they're really healthy. They
Yeah.
like push you to eat other food and cook with some different ingredients, which are now just all in my cupboard. So it just gets easier.
Good.
I said it
Yeah.
wasn't like it felt weird at the start because I'm like, well, I don't have that ingredient or haven't used that
Yeah.
ingredient before. But now it's just really easy. And getting up at 5 a.m., like I could lay there in bed, but I am awake at 5
Yeah.
a.m. So I'm like, well,
Yay.
I may as well get up. And that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
do
totally.
is like just be sort of set in these ways so that when things are hard again, it's like, well, these habits are really ingrained. Like I get up and I do a workout, whether no matter what's going on, whether we can have another
Yeah.
baby or not, or I don't know, whatever, yeah, comes up in life, that can be a challenge. Like, oh, well, I'll just do it. Even if you go on holidays, like when you were running in
Totally.
netball, the exercise
Yeah.
on holidays, I was like, if I went on a holiday, I think I would still have to get up and do some sort of workout, or I would be looking for a gym, or I would be looking for
Yeah.
like a grocery store to find my own, like, makes some
Yeah.
of our own. So, yeah.
Because health is forever, right? Like this is why I love what I do. Like health is forever. It doesn't take a holiday. It doesn't know, it doesn't want to break.
Mm.
You can still, doesn't mean you can't go out and, we had I think 3 or 4 ice creams over the course of the 10 days we were there. We had pizza one night. It's not that you can't do those things, but it's about going, but what is my health? What is my, what makes me feel good? And that's what makes me feel good. And I love your body clock's just waking you up now. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to like sneak out of the room and leave my exercise clothes like out in the lounge room now. So I'm not to wake everyone
Yeah.
up. But
Yeah.
and I thought like living up here where I live, it's so cold during winter, and it'll snow or just be like winters are, they're cold. And I thought
Yeah.
if I can start this now, and by the time I get around to next winter, I'm going to be like, oh, it's cold. Who cares? Like,
Who
whatever.
cares? Put a jumper on.
Yeah, put a jumper on.
Totally.
Move your butt.
Totally. And I love what you said earlier, like the first few weeks, this is where I also think people, struggle. The first few weeks are clunky and hard. And the reason people, I think, don't continue or are consistent because they just don't push through that hard part. But once you like keep going and build that habit, like you said, now it's actually quite simple,
Yeah.
But anything's going to be hard that's worth having initially, especially if you know you have to do it forever, right? You're like, oh my God, it feels hard and I have to do it forever. I can't do this forever. Whereas
Yeah.
the only way for things to get easier is to keep doing them.
That's right. I like that. Like you're just thinking when it's hard, I can like this. I can't do this forever. This is unsustainable. But then it's like it's all kind of pain that goes away. Like it's workout pain that gets better. Like if you stretch and if you just cook more, you just get better at it. And then you end up like you said, eventually your cupboard's just stocked up and it's just really easy.
Yeah. So where to from here? You've jumped onto the maintenance of the Vitality Project, which is awesome. So just to keep that going, just while you're still, because, as we say, it takes between 18 and 254 days to create a habit. Even though you're feeling really good, sometimes you just want that cheerleader to stay for a bit. But what goals do you have and where do you see yourself now going forward compared to, say, before?
My goals. So the first little goal that I have is to do this trail run in November. It's 14 Ks and 800 meters elevation.
Wow.
My walk in the mornings is 100 meters elevation, and it's like it's just this skill to get up the top of this path. And that I'm like, oh, that's a pretty tough little hill there. So I'm like, doing 800 meters worth. So that's my goal, and I think just to keep doing stuff like that. Where do I see myself? I think like I don't feel like I will be a burden on anyone now. Like I feel strong.
Yeah.
I feel like I can handle things. I feel like I can be like my job is sort of my life. And that sounds a bit funny, but when you're farming, you're on a family farm. I mean, you've got to love it. And I do. So now I feel like I can do that for forever, which I want to do. So it's like I can do that really actively and healthily.
So good. Yeah.
And just be on that path that Patty, then it'll just be Patty's life. Like he won't have to. He won't, hopefully won't have to need someone to help him do this when he's 32 because it'll just be what he does.
I love that.
People.
I love that. I've never thought of course I've thought of it like that because I always talk about influencing your children. I love helping children, but I love that you've just said, hopefully he doesn't have to do what we're doing. Like hopefully my job gets made redundant because that generation have had such good influences that this is just how life is. You eat well, you move your body,
Yeah. So I just want that to be what he sees. And then, like you said, monkey see, monkey do. And that's the same with food. Like he will just eat what I'm eating. And the other day I had black rice and he was like, why is rice black? I was like, oh, that's because it is. And and then he just saw me eating it and he was like, okay.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of little wins like that. And that is just the road I want to be on, is on that healthy road. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to not be able to do all these things that make you feel good, like going for a walk.
Yeah, for sure.
Things that we take for granted.
It's become a norm. Yeah. Well, you're amazing and thank you for jumping on. with me today. And I'm so excited just to continue watching your journey. Like, you've just grown so much. And yeah, I'm so grateful that you jumped on and that I could help you. So
Yeah, thank
thanks.
you. Yeah, thank you so much for the last 12 weeks because, it's been awesome. And I
Oh,
could
thanks.
not recommend it highly enough. I'm actually probably a bit annoying to my friends now, being like, hey, do you getting their phone and being like, hello.
Follow, do coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks, Jack. And if anyone out there does want to do coaching, you can just DM me on Instagram. You can check out the Vitality Project, which is group coaching, or Jackie did do private coaching initially as well. So anyway, I will chat to you guys next time on Life with Danny Duncan. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.